Hey there, beautiful bride. I'm Jillian Rosich Kendrick, founder of My Best Wedding and MyWeddingPlanningCourse.com. As always, today is Wedding Wednesday, and I'm here to share tips, tricks, money-saving ideas, wedding secrets, wedding wisdom, and all sorts of things for you on this Wedding Wednesday. So I hope you're doing awesome and having a beautiful day. I hope you are blessed in your wedding planning endeavors and that everything is going great for you. So I'd like to start out today with just going over a few ideas in dress shopping. There's so many times that brides will email me and ask me, how do I find a dress? How do I look for a dress? How do I know that the dress is right for me? How do I know it'll fit my body type? How do I know all of these other things? And it really is as simple as figuring out what looks good on you. You know, I went into dress shopping fully expecting that an A-line gown with a sweetheart neckline with like kind of a deep sweetheart was going to be exactly what I wanted. And when I got to the bridal store and tried on an A-line gown, I realized it was a beautiful gown, but it just didn't quite look right on me. And I was more interested in finding a dress that was going to highlight and accent the parts of my body that I wanted to highlight and accent, and then kind of hide or minimize on the parts of my body that I didn't want it to accent. And I was more concerned with looking my best regardless of the silhouette of dress that I had. So if you go into dress shopping with an open mind and you understand the language that you're talking about, you can very easily, or at least maybe not easily because it's not easy to pick one dress out of thousands, right? But you can minimize stress, minimize mental fatigue. You can help reduce the amount of time that it's going to take you to find a dress. I can't even tell you, like, there's so many stories, right? There's stories of a girlfriend of mine. She and her mom went to probably 20 dress stores and tried on at least 10 dresses at each store, which means she tried on 200 dresses before she found the one. Me, I went to one dress store, tried on 2 dresses, and the second one that I tried on was it for me. I tried on a couple others just for fun to kind of have the experience, but that was it for me. That was really all that I needed, right? And then another girlfriend of mine, she went to a bridal store, couldn't find anything that she liked, and actually there happened to be a dress designer, not like a famous one that I could name drop or something, but a dress designer at the store that she was at who said that she could easily build her a dress, a beautiful dress that would be custom made for her within her budget. So you might even luck out doing something like that. But let's talk about wedding dress lingo for just a couple of minutes. So there is an umpier waist, which is a silhouette where the hem between the bust and the actual skirt comes up just below your breast line, right? That would be an umpier, or it's written like the word empire, but it's pronounced umpier, empire, or whatever you want to call it, waistline. There's obviously a mermaid and a trumpet style, and really the only difference between the mermaid and trumpet style, they're very, very fitted from the waist down to about the knees or so. And the only difference really is that a trumpet is a little bit more dramatic, whereas a mermaid is going to have a slightly larger skirt. The trumpet tends to be a lot like skinnier through the legs as well. And then you have your standard ball gown, and then there's so many different variations on the ball gown, right? There's like the poof, or like the cupcake, the cake topper sort of looking dress. Not like a, normal term for weddings, but there's all sorts of different types of ball gowns that can have different varying amounts of poofiness or bling or whatever to them. But that would be the silhouette. If you're looking for something that is a bit fuller, the ball gown would be the way to go with that. There's sort of a take on the trumpet and the mermaid called the fit and flare that fit, or they also call it a dropped waist, right? So the fit and flare, or the dropped waist, tends to be where your bodice would be tight throughout until it gets just below your hips, and then it turns into a skirt. And that's actually the dress that I chose for my wedding. I don't know if you guys can see. Nope. Oh, let's see. For my wedding dress, you can see that like here it's like fitted and then it goes into a skirt. That would be like the dropped waist look or something like that. And then there's all sorts of necklines, right? And then there's straps. There's straps, there's no straps, there's spaghetti straps, there's like one shoulder straps. There's all different sorts that you can look up. What else? The neckline, you can have a scooped neckline. You can have a sweetheart, which is basically like the top of the heart, or where the top of the breasts are kind of outlined like that. But you can have like a dramatic, you know, a dramatic sweetheart neckline, a soft sweetheart where it dips down but doesn't quite dip as down. If you are a bit modest or you don't want to show off your cleavage or anything like that, there's options like that as well. So I would just encourage you to get to know that wedding dress vernacular. Get to know the lingo when you're looking at wedding dress shopping, because being able to walk into a wedding shop or a dress store and say, I want this neckline, this bodice, and this skirt, or, you know, roughly that's what you're looking for, is actually going to help you tremendously and be really, really great in terms of getting what you want. So when you know the lingo, you know what to ask for, right? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to like a beautician or a hairstylist, and I don't know what that lingo is. I don't know the vernacular of hairstylists. And so I would ask for something and try to describe it, but then I would get something else, right? Have you ever experienced that? So you definitely don't want that in your wedding dress, and knowing that lingo and knowing that language, the vernacular of a dress store and wedding dresses, is really, really helpful. So I hope you got value from this. If you did, like, comment, and share below. I'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to private message me if you'd like. I'd love to take your questions if anybody has questions for me on Wedding Wednesday, if there's anything that you need help with or you're struggling with today. I'd love to talk about that as well. I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end today a little bit short, but I adore you. I hope you're having an amazing Wedding Wednesday and an awesome wedding planning experience. If there is anything that I can do for you or help you with, please feel free to private message me. Also, head on over to my website, myweddingplanningcourse.com, and make sure that you register to receive a notification from me of when my website is going to be up and running. I promise you, I'm like literally this close to having it done. Just a couple more tweaks and it will be ready for you. So I'm super excited to unveil that very, very soon. And I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.